Perfect. We'd like to welcome you to Wild Wednesdays Live. We have a great lineup of vendors for you today. We're going to be interviewing Anna and Teresa from Big Mat Rotary Cutter Designs, Bobbie from Quilters Treasures, Pat from Villa Rosa Designs, and Linda Winter. But first of all, I want to just let you know that you can click on the link that's going to at the bottom of this video and click on the coupon for 20% off of all of the vendors that are being interviewed today, but that's only good until tomorrow night at midnight. So we're just going to jump right in. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer them as we're going with our comment moderator. Otherwise, we'll get to them as soon as we can. All right, let's go ahead, Anna, with Big Mat Rotary Cutter Designs.
Hi, everyone. We're the Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface, not design.
Oh, sorry.
My name's Anna. Today, we're going to be talking to you about our stocking stuffers that you can only get at bigmatrotarycuttingsurface.com. Click on the Etsy icon where you're going to find any of the things that we show today. Our first gift set that we're going to talk about will come with a mat eraser. The mat eraser is what we use to smooth out the raised cut marks from your cutting mat. It also includes a stabilizer that turns your ruler into a T-square, or you can use it as a seam guide on your sewing machine. You will also get a handle and a golf ball knob for picking up or holding down your rulers or templates. We will also give you an extra adhesive tape so that when you need to replace it off your stabilizer, you can replace it easily. Our gift set today, regular price is $34. For 24 hours, our sale price is going to be $25 shipped. Our next stocking stuffer gift is our pattern weights. Our set of 6 pattern weights are hand painted, heavy, and will hold your fabric firm on the mat while you're rotary cutting. Beats pinning and saves a lot of time. They're approximately an inch in diameter. Each set is different. The regular price on these are $17. But for 24 hours, they're going to be $14.95 shipped. Our next set is a 3-pack stabilizer gift set. The stabilizer has an adhesive backing so you can turn your ruler into a T-square. You can also reposition the stabilizer and put it on the mat to serve as a bumper to keep your ruler from moving while you're cutting your fabric. You can also use it to serve as a seam guide on your sewing machine. Read the directions carefully. Put out a little lint from your clothes so it's not so hard to pick up the first time. It also will come with a 6-pack of the replacement adhesive tape. Regular price, $35. Our sale price is $25 shipped. Let's move on to our Victorian-inspired pin cushions. Beautiful velvet, walnut shells inside, approximately 5 inches long. Each are unique and no two are the same. The regular price on these are $17 each, but our sale price is $15 and that is shipped. Our hand-painted metal bird pin cushions. They come in gold or black. They are approximately 4 inches tall and 2 inches wide. They're very cute and sturdy. Our regular price each is $17. Our sale price for 24 hours only is $15. Any of these items, when you're on Etsy, they're under Wild Wednesday stocking stuffers. That's what the description is when you're going to be ordering. Let's talk about these. Our Zen pin cushion holder rest. Removable pin cushions filled with walnut shells. They add calm and serenity to any sewing room or studio. They measure 7 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and our regular price is $49, but for 24 hours, they're $39, and that is shipped. Let's now go to our 3-pack ruler combo. You will get all 3 sizes. Our daddy is 6 by 24. Our mama ruler is 6 by 17. And our baby ruler is a 4 1/4 by 13. These come in fluorescent green and blue. Please specify when you're ordering. The regular price on these are $95. Our sale price, and that is shipped, is for 24 hours is going to be $75. Let's talk about how cute and adorable these hand crocheted spin pull bumpers set of 3 are. The first one is a fluffy pink decorative, approximately 2 inches. They dress up any sewing machine. The set of 3 regular price is $12.95. Our sale price for 24 hours is $9.95 shipped. No one likes a muggy sewing machine box. These are the odor gone bags. We all love our vintage sewing machines, but that smell. The bags have an activated charcoal that absorbs overnight. They take the musty smell out of your sewing machine boxes. They really work. The regular price on these are $18 each. Our sale price is $16 each shipped. Our 3-pack of adhesive rulers, they're 36 inches. They come in blue and ivory. The ivory color shows up really well on wood or dark tables. The rulers are great for replacing your numbers on your table or your mat. The regular price on these for 3 36-inch adhesive rulers are $16.95. Our sale price for 24 hours shipped is $14.95. Let's come over and talk about our travel mats. This is our 12 by 18 rotary cutting mat. Perfect for traveling, going to retreats, classes, or just at home. It will not warp, so if you need to leave them in the car, that's okay. It includes a mat eraser, a stabilizer, and a ruler and handle. The ruler is our 4 1/4 inch by 13, and the handle is a silver and white. The whole set regularly will be $59, but for 24 hours, it will be $49 shipped. Our last but not least gift idea is going to be our 18 by 24 rotary cutting mat. Again, perfect for traveling, going to retreats, classes, or at home. They will not warp, so you can leave them in your car. That's okay. Includes a mat eraser, a stabilizer, ruler, and handle. This ruler is going to be our 6 by 17 inch green or blue ruler. You will need to specify in the comments when ordering, and it will come with this silver and white handle. The regular price for this set would be $75, but our sale price for 24 hours will be $59 shipped. Don't forget to visit us on our website, bigmatrotarycuttingsurface.com. Click on the Etsy icon. That's where you're going to be able to find any of these Wild Wednesday stocking stuffer specials. I just want to say one more thing. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a big mat. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anna. That was really exciting. I kind of want to make a list and have Santa bring me some of those, because I
Yes.
always use new tools and freshen up your sewing room.
And
Thank you so much. We will see you soon.
Yes.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, I just want to remind you that there is a link if you go to the Quilt Craft Sew Mall to get 20% off all the vendors that you're going to be watching today. And we would love for you to share this segment and all of our posts really with all your friends and quilt guilds and everybody. And I also wanted to remind you that we do have a YouTube channel. So if you ever miss the segments live or you want to go back and get a refresher, you can go to the Quilt Craft Sew Mall to rewatch these. We also are going to have 4 or 5 drawings today. One of them is going to be a turntable cutting mat by Anna and the Big Mat Rotary Cutter Surface. So that's kind of exciting. That's going to be coming up very soon. All you need to do to qualify for that is to put in the comments that you watched live. So type in I watched live and we will get you into the drawings. And next we want to welcome Bobbie from Quilters Treasure.
Today.
We're doing good. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm excited to share with you what we do at Quilters Treasure. We're known for our stained glass, and my husband labels our fabric, and we produce a polyester braid for making stained glass quilts. Our special is 20% off any pattern or kit, and that excludes any sale things, which there are very few of those, but 20% off any pattern and or kit. And I have on my YouTube video a demonstration on how to do the stained glass. Today I'm going to share with you something a little bit different. We call this Celtic ink work. And what this is you get patterns. This is a 8-inch square, and then you have 2 triangles. And these are your Celtic designs. What we're going to do with these is I also give you a template. This is an 18-inch template, and it's marked off to place your squares and triangles. What you want to do is trace this onto your fabric. Now, if you use a tone-on-tone fabric, when you color these in, you'll get the texture of the tone-on-tone fabric. Now, I've darkened this so that you can see it, but you would use a mechanical pencil. This way here, you can remove it, and the inks will cover it up. So once we've done this, we simply take and slide our patterns underneath. And you can line them up. It's hard to see on the YouTube, but you can see that you would just line them up underneath here, and you would trace them. So this is done very lightly, but you can see that it's traced on there. And I use a big ruler to do my lines for my blocks and my triangles. Now this one here is actually been colored in with ink, and I have left this one over here so that you can see what it looks like when I just trace it out. Now when you color these in, I use a Fabrico pen. I love the Fabrico pens because they have no right or wrong. There's a fine tip and a brush tip. Once you open it up, use it, recap it, store it horizontally in a cool, dark place, and they will not dry out. So this way here, you can get them and color them in, and once you heat set it, it's permanent. So after we've done all of this coloring, we're going to sew it together. Now, the easiest way to do this is take your sewing machine and sew on all the straight lines. I've basted it together with my batting and backing. Once I've done that, you know all those beautiful stitches we have that we buy the machines for? I like to play with those stitches, and this is my little test piece, and I suggest you do the same thing. Test it out and do your stitches. Try widening them, try making the stitches closer together, use different threads that stand out. And what you're going to do is make it decorative like this. Now, by sewing this down, I've stabilized everything by simply sewing with my sewing machine. And now when I do my extra stitching, decorative stitching, it's all sewn down. So the block was 18 inches when we started. We haven't pieced anything together, so it's still going to be 18 inches when we get finished. Now, I also have on my website a video on how to do Quilt as you go. There's one on how to do the Celtic ink work. It's not quite as detailed as far as the pattern goes as this, but have fun with them. What I did with the same pattern is I shrunk it down. I've turned this one into a tote bag, and on the back here, I've taken that shrunken down pattern and I traced it on and created more of the same design in different sizes. Again, I've done the decorative stitches on it, placed my handle on it. Once you have your top all quilted, it's only about 3 hours to do this project, to take that top and put it into a bag. Also, if you take just 20 of these blocks and you join them together without any sashing, you're going to have a queen size quilt with an 18-inch pillow tuck and a 10-inch drop by just adding 9-inch border to the edge of it. So this way here, you can make up a queen size quilt very, very quickly, even in time for Christmas. So I'll tell you a little more about our company. We travel around the country, and we're going to be starting a new program on Thursdays right after this show is the following day, and it's going to be Ask Quilters Treasure. We found a need for people to be able to call in or get online and ask questions, because there's so many new quilters out there, and unfortunately there's not a place where they can find the answers. So I'm going to try by doing it. If you go to our website and you sign up on the newsletter, you'll get information about what we're actually going to be talking about the following week, and you can make suggestions or ask questions. Also, I'm fortunate to know many people that are very talented in the industry, and if we need to, we can have someone come on as a guest speaker and examine a certain technique or answer a question that you have. So I hope you'll go to my website, www.quilterstreasure.com. You can get the patterns at 20% off. You can also take and sign up for the newsletter and find out more about this this news podcast that I'm starting on December 17th. It's going to be 1 o'clock Pacific time and 4 o'clock East Coast time. And I will also be mentioning what's going to be coming on this particular program on Wednesdays. And I hope you've enjoyed joining us this Wednesday. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them.
Thank you so much for joining us, Bobbie. That was very interesting. It makes me want to be able to do fun projects for myself.
Well, this is great because you can teach children to do this any quilt level. And if we don't start getting new quilters involved, we're not going to have a quilting industry. If you look at the age of the average attendee, and now many of us are afraid to go to quilt shows because of the high risk, as we're called.
Right. Very true. It's going to be interesting to see how things evolve.
Well, let's be hopeful.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, thank you. And I just want to remind everybody that if you want to be entered into the drawings, we've got 4 or 5 drawings today. One of them is the turntable cutting mat valued at $50. Just type in that you watched live and we'll get you entered into the drawings. And if you ever miss a segment, just go to our YouTube channel, the Quilt Craft Sew Mall YouTube channel, and you can rewatch any of these. But please do share with your friends. As a vendor, we all need you as our consumer to share with your friends and your quilt guilds, because that's kind of what's going to keep this industry alive until we can start doing shows again. Okay, I would like to welcome our next guest is Pat with Villa Rosa Designs. Hi, Pat. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for inviting me, Beth. This is wonderful.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, yes. This is great. I should probably give everybody a quick introduction. I'm Pat Fryer. I am the owner and lead designer of Villa Rosa Designs. I am the creator of the $2 pattern on a card that a lot of you play with. I know, Beth, you do too. So
yes, definitely. I love them.
Yeah. I started this card business about 10 years ago now. and it has just gone bonkers for me. And I brought in some younger designers with me. So we've always got something fresh going on. We introduce 5 new patterns every month, as well as some table runners and some other accessory patterns. We do have a retail store as well. I just kept finding myself buying more fabric and carrying it and running out around to the shows and working out of my home. And a couple years ago, I decided we needed to get it out of my garage and a little more space so I could pack up for the shows. And so we moved into an industrial space, and it turned out to be a really good spot for retail as well. So we're just doing a little of everything here. And what I want to bring to you today, we do have our website, villarosadesigns.com, and we are offering the 20% off on any purchase between now and midnight tomorrow. Pretty sure my techie has it all fixed and ready to go. If not, you can let us know. Again, you can find us through villarosadesigns.com. And what I had planned to do today is show off some panel patterns. We are, all of us, I think most of us vendors are selling panels quite a bit, and we're all playing with them. And we finally started making panel patterns. It took us a while to jump on that bandwagon, but oh my goodness, we're having a blast. And panels, traditionally they were that 24 by 42 inch size, either printed vertically or horizontally. So we try to design things around that. And then lo and behold, with this wonderful digital printing that we have now, they're making them in all kinds of sizes. They're not limited to that 24 inch size. So we're having to make patterns, more and more patterns, and more things that are adaptable as well. But what I was hoping to do today is show off our patterns that are specifically for panels, and others that might not be necessarily for panels, but you can use panels with them. So I'm going to show a pattern and have my helper Molly here hold up quilts, and hopefully you can see enough. I'm going to step aside here. The one on the wall is Beach Walk. And that is a pattern designed by our store manager here, Bonnie, of Sugar Pine Designs is the name of her design company, as it were, The little beach walk pattern is designed for a approximately 33 by 43 inch panel. Now you realize when you're working with panels, you often have to adjust the size of the panel to get to the size needed for the pattern. This particular pattern has got some flexibility because you've only putting the patchwork in the corners, and it's very easy to adjust the size of the borders on the sides. So even though we call for about a 33 by 43 inch panel, you could get by with a smaller or narrower panel, or you could add some kind of compensating strips to bring it up if you want it wider. So this one is a bit flexible, and that would be Beach Walk. That is set up for panels. Our patterns are available to purchase online if your local quilt store isn't open or doesn't have that particular one. We have over 300 patterns, so the shops have a hard time keeping up with us. And we also offer them digital if you want a quick fix. You can order when you go to the website and you look at the category on the navigation bar for pattern cards. It drops down into all cards, which will be the card version, or digital. I think we call them rose cards because my original patterns all have roses on them. So that is Beach Walk is one idea. Another pattern that I've done, I'm going to have figure which way to have Molly's hold up here. The next one is Daring Spirit. I built it around a panel, trying to find the best angle with the least glare. Daring Spirit is built around the traditional 24 by 42 inch panel. The original is one of the patriotic prints. This particular print we've got the model for is done in a Christmas USA print. We have kits for some of these items I'm going to show you today. Otherwise, we for sure have the patterns, and we do have some fabrics and some of the panels available by themselves. So we do have a kit for this guy. If you happen to get the kit, this particular fabric with the snowflakes was discontinued on us. The minute I had my model done, they discontinued. So it will be substituted for a white on white stars print or snowflake print. But this, can't always see way to the bottom, but this panel itself is just wonderful. And the Daring Spirit has a border as well to make it bigger, but I most of the time leave it off because without the border, it's still 50 by 68 and it's going to cover somebody up on a couch just fine. Thanks, Molly. And then one of our designers is Catherine from Running Doe Quilts. She's a talented modern designer from Austin, Texas, which is where my daughter and my tech, who is my tech person, lives. So we've met Catherine and she's done a tremendous number of patterns for us. This is another panel pattern. We trim the panel to the size. This one does have to be fit to the exact size that the pattern calls for. This is called Red River. And she's, done this fun framing archy angle thing going there. I've seen it done in a lot of very modern prints and a lot of Southwesty kind of things. We just played with the patriotic till we found something, a combination we liked. But Red River is one that we also have a tutorial for. A couple of our friends that do videos and tutorials have done videos with our patterns. So if you go to our website and you look way at the bottom of any page, there's going to be a little link to videos and you can see how the techniques of how some of this stitch and flip work is done for the quilt. So thank you, Molly. So that's another standard panel pattern. And one that next one we're coming up with here is Foxfire. Never sure the angle. Everything's backwards, isn't it? Foxfire is just, again, your traditional panel piece, 24 by 40-ish. It's flexible, so there's nothing precise piecework that has to be fit in. So it's pretty flexible if these sizes need to be adjusted. So you've got a border, a corner that takes care of rounding the corner. This is meant to be just a very simple framing setup. And that's what we've accomplished here. So the Foxfire gets used, it can be used with a theme fabric instead of a panel there, but quite often we find a panel that works. Another pattern for that. Thanks, Molly. I try to, most of the ones that I've designed, which will be the rose cards that have the rose in the corner, that's me. I design them so the side pieces are flexible. I don't have to precisely piece something to fit or trim this to an exact size in the panel. This one is Fernanda, comes with or without a border. I put a pretty big border on the pattern itself, and I found that half the time or better, I leave it off because it's still a pretty good size without the border. Or if I do put a border on, I make it a little smaller than what it calls for. But again, a frame, a little piecework to focus back in. That little red punch on this quilt was just the right amount of red to pop out of the panel. And it's simple enough when this pattern's simple enough, a panel like this that's got more piecework or more squares of itself, it keeps it a little bit simpler. The framework is a little more simple. If I'd gone too patchy here, it might have been too much for all the squares that are already happening on that particular quilt. So that's one of my Fernanda's. I actually did another one real quick too. This was a panel that was two squares, one on top of the other, but I just treated it like one panel. And I did the Fernanda again, same thing. And this one, I think I had to compensate and add a strip to either side to get the width. So it just was, I could have gone without the strip, but I didn't want the quilt to be that narrow if I hadn't made the compensating strip out on the side. Otherwise, the pattern itself is adjustable to a smaller width. So that is Fernanda again, another idea for that. Patterns are all available on the website. And our Bonnie here came up with another pattern for vertical. Oh, I should hand them to Molly. I gotta remember what I'm doing here. This is another one of the usual traditional vertical panels, approximately 24 by 42. Although, yeah, it does have to be trimmed to the exact size that the pattern asks for. This uses 5-inch squares, a little framing, and then 5-inch squares. We cut the 5-inch squares out of what we call fat 6, but you can also use two. This could work out of 2 charm packs as well, or your scraps. So this is Hillside Charm, which Bonnie named after her little hillside thing going here. And this is a day coloring. We have this as kits, and we have the panels as well. And then this company, this is a fabric called Happy Place by Robert Kaufman. And this panel comes in a nighttime version as well. And you can see it just glows. It's just fascinating. I didn't think I was going to like the night half as much as I love the day, but the way those windows glow in the pictures and what you're seeing here, it's just fabulous. So that is Hillside Charm. And again, you can use scraps in those squares around the outside. And our Molly here is one of our designers. The Cook family works here full-time, part-time, and they're also on the design team. So when we got this panel in, Molly made it work for a pattern and called it Borderline. I'm always tilting this the wrong way. The panel was this, and it had some little squares printed off to the side. So Molly made sure she made use of those little squares in the little framey blocks on the side. And it finishes up just adorable. I'm pretty sure we're sold out of all the kits and the panels at this point, but you can do your own borderlines thing, that's for sure. And the width is flexible on that too, since there's no piecework going across the top. If your panel were a little different size, you'd be totally fine on the top. Thanks, Molly. And then these have been mostly vertical panels so far, going up that portrait direction, but there are plenty of panels that are the horizontal or landscape style. So we've been working on patterns for those. Bonnie in particular has made herself the expert on these panels. This one is called Gathering. She named it after the Nordic deer that are walking along in this panel. So it fits a horizontal panel, and you do have to add whatever strips to make it the right size, or trim the panel to the right size so that these strips, the mountains, fit on down. The mountain technique is done cutting off of a large half square triangle, so it's nice and easy. We do have the kits, we have the panels. I think it's called Lake Caribou as a panel, Gathering as a kit, and Gathering as a pattern. Thanks, Molly. And another horizontal pattern is Pride. Needless to say, since it was for patriotic, we had to do some stars in this guy. This keeps it really clean and simple and light stripes so it doesn't overpower that flag. The Pride is pretty much a traditional size. It might be a little, this particular panel is 28, not the old 24, but it could adapt if the panel was a little shorter. It'd be fine. So that is Pride. Thanks, Molly. And we did find along the way when we were starting to play with panels that we could use some of our other panels or some of our other patterns for panels. This particular pattern is called Honor. It's originally written up for 1-yard pieces. We used the 1-yard piece for the wide piece in the middle here and a couple smaller strips top and bottom. But this wide piece in the middle is just the right size for a lot of the horizontal panels that are out. So we've taken our Honor that was written for 1-yard cuts of fabric and turned it into a panel pattern, or used it as a panel pattern. The panel going in the middle and all the other pieces that were, and we compensated with a little strip here to offset the panel, and the rest finished up like the pattern would. So that's making panels work from yet another pattern. Thanks. We might have a couple kits of that left. I'm not sure. We've got another panel pattern that we didn't end up bringing the sample in for today, and that is drifting. One of our covers has an otter on the front, and this cover that we've got worked up here is for a QT Fabrics line coming out that's got ocean themes going on, and it's beautiful fabric made up. A lot of times we do special covers or special models for the fabric companies, so we get our hands on things nice and early and a lot of fun to play with. Yet another, let's go ahead with Nebula. Molly was busy designing here with the Hoffman Dream Big panel. This is Dream Big Dance, I think this particular one is called. And so she did this and sliced it up. The instructions tell you what order to slice it up in. And so it focuses back through that window to look at that nebula on that dance print. We just saw a sample that a fabric company worked up the other day, and they used a scenic print, kind of an all over snow print with villages all throughout a theme print, and you could easily do that with 1.25 yards of fabric. And we thought that was a brilliant way to use that. So that is Nebula. Thank you, Molly. And we have a few more patterns that are not necessarily panels, but they sure can be used for panels. This is Tamara Cook. This would happen to be Molly's mom. She's designing for us as well, but she's used one big piece in the middle that's about 30 some inches. She's using the theme print, in the middle and top and bottom and some on the sides there. But a lot of our panels are coming in that 35-inch size, and that would be perfect for right there. We've got one sitting downstairs right now that I've got to make up in this pattern. So that's another option. Use that bigger panel, because so many of these digital panels are coming in at 36 by 42 or so. So that is out west. And I see a lot that can be done with that as well. Thank you, Molly. And our friend Catherine at Running Doe Quilts came up with this brilliant pattern, Bounce. Looks more complicated than it is, but she's using squares, panel squares, or panel rectangles. The tough part on the rectangles or on the squares is so many times they come in different sizes. So you pretty much count on whatever square you might find to play with that you're going to have to add some compensating strips and then trim it down to the exact size that is needed to fit all the rest of the pieces. This was a little kit we used to have. I think the only kits we have left right now are Dr. Seuss. But Bounce, we've seen done in all kinds of things, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you, Molly. Yeah. Another one of Running Doe patterns, and again, she's just come up again and again with winners, is this Dynamite pattern. Dynamite, she used theme fabric, but I had these cat panels, and it was time to sew them up, so I cut them pretty much to the size that's needed to fit with the lattice. I think I had on this one, wasn't perfectly square. I had to adjust the size of the lattice work, I think either vertically or horizontally, but it was easy to adjust and it fit right in, and away we went with the kitties. So that's, again, a very adaptable one. Thank you, Molly. And we've about worn out her arms. I was looking to see if we had anything we could hang these quilts on at the beginning of the day so as not to wear out my helpers. So this last one we're going to show you is Senior Prom. It was written up for fat quarters or 10-inch squares, but we had these panel pieces, these panel squares, and they were I could trim them down to just the right size to fit for the occasional blank squares. The quilt itself is just 4 patches with a little bit of a chain going through, and then some, coordinating plain squares. But every once in a while, you can cut up those panel squares and substitute them for a square that's in the quilt. I think I'm going to let Molly's arms rest for the day now. Send her back downstairs to ship orders out. But I don't know how. Yeah, I thank you all for coming by. We've got a lot of panel patterns. We got a lot of panel patterns just in general. VillaRosaDesigns.com. And I think that's it for me today. I'm not sure what I forgot.
Perfect, Pat. I don't think you forgot anything. I think that was a super inspirational little mini quilt show. I think it was very inspiring for all of us to want to break out our panels that we've been collecting over the years and don't really quite know what to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You bought a lot of panels at the shows.
Exactly. So we got to dig through our stashes. It's a New Year's resolution. Get some patterns from you. And I believe that you donated a 10-pack of panel patterns for our raffle.
I think I donated table runner patterns, but that's cool too. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, we need all the inspiration and all the patterns we can get. We're collectors of patterns. Yes, perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much, Pat. We will see you soon.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you. All right, I want to remind everybody that you want to go to the Quilt Craft Sew Mall and click on the link, the coupon link, and then you can go into the different, through the link, you'll be able to save 20% on your orders through tomorrow night at midnight. And you're going to want to check, so if you want to join our raffles, you're going to want to type in, I watched live, and we'll get your names entered into the drawings, and we will post them on the Quilt Craft Sew Mall Facebook page tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow, check it, and see if you're a winner. All right, our next guest is Linda Winter from Linda Winter Designs. Hi, Linda. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yes, and we are in a building that is not going to have any technical issues, I hope.
Perfect.
So we've got Dick behind the camera. We've got a really nice backdrop. I'm in Martelli's studio, so I'm going to be filming here today, so no technical issues.
Perfect. All right, take it away. Show us what you've got.
Okay, so you guys that have been to the trade shows, you probably know me. I do all those fun classes where I'm showing projects really, really fast. That's what I'm going to do today too. So the goal today is go to gifts. So before we get started, I just want to remind you all, I work for Martelli as their educator, but I have my own line, winner, opposite of loser, winner, winner, chicken dinner, winnerdesigns.com is my website. I'll give you a coupon code a little bit later on so you can take advantage of that 20% off. I'm actually going to run it for a week, so it doesn't expire tomorrow. I'm going to extend it a little bit. And then I have a giveaway that I'll tell you about at the very end as well. It's posted on my Facebook page, so if you want a sneak peek, you can go see. It's over $200 worth of stuff that I'm going to be giving away in 2 weeks' time. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so go to gifts. Right now, it's that time of year where maybe people in the past would have been dropping by. Maybe you're still going to have some family and friends dropping by, or you're dropping by their house and you need to do a little hostess gift. Of course, we've got Christmas. We've got all the holiday celebrations. Even if you're going to be mailing somebody a gift and not giving it to them in person, I want you to have a go-to that you can do for them. Something that's super cute, super cool, but super easy and super fast. So this is what we've done in the past. You maybe said, oh, they love whatever books, they love running, they love sports, they love sewing. So you give them a little bag like this. You got the tissue. Somewhere in here is one of these cute little things. And then inside, gift cards. Let's not do that. I don't want you to do this. I want you to do this. So this guy right here, this is a storage pod. I've got a hanger on here that I put, but you need to decide, do I want to snap this on or sew this on? If this is going to go over the back of the car seat, you know, your headrest of your car, if this is going to go on a peg, if this is going to go on your shower curtain, whatever, then I can decide, do I want to sew this on or do I want to snap it on? These storage pods are great because you can stuff whatever in there. Somebody that loves coffee, you give them a coffee cup from their favorite store, and then inside you add the gift card. So this is a gift right here, but this is a gift. This is the gift that they will not have seen unless you have made these before. These are storage pods. They've been out there on the internet, but I want to show you how to make them super fast, super easy. I have 3 different sizes. My video will show you how to make them a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, a little bit narrower, a little bit wider. But basically, there are 3 sizes that you can whip them up. So this guy here is the small size. It's perfect for cups, for glasses, for cell phone cases, all those kinds of things. This is done with Martelli's no-slip material on the back. I make these templates. This one is mine. This is the storage pod. And my fabric that I have today, I cut so shy that my selvage is showing a little bit. But I've got it on the fold. And with the Martelli rotary cutter, you can see how fast and easy it is for me to cut. Now, what's so cool about these templates is right in there, there's a cut mark. When I place this in here, that rotary cutter is going to cut that piece out, but I'm not going to cut too deep. So we're going to cut using the Martelli rotary cutter. I'm a lefty, so we're going to go right inside. That cut right there, when I go to cut again, what that's going to do is cut that piece, and it gives me that box pleat that we love. Okay. We've got the outside fabric or the inside, totally up to you whether you want to have some polar fleece, some flannel, some whatever. I'll talk about different options for you, but you'll cut 2 of these, one for the outside, one for the inside. This one I did here, and this has inside of here Timtex Peltex. That's really stiff. This is quilted material, so I could put a binding around here. That's the harder way to do it. I want to show you in the video the simpler way. We're going to stitch here. We're going to stitch here on both of these pieces. Once we've done that, those pieces that are stitched up are basically going to be opening this up, and it creates a box pleat. That's what you're seeing down here. You're going to have the outside, you're going to have the inside with the box pleats. They tuck inside beautifully. When you tuck those in, you turn them right sides out, and then you get this nice finish. Now this, I added 2 pieces of that poly foam stuff that they have. So top stitching isn't really necessary. When I go back to this has just a piece of batting in here, and this was quilted. So you can see just some real simple quilt stitches. This middle doesn't have anything. It's just a piece of fabric, but you can see how these are sewn together, turned right sides out. I like, where's my little opening? I like to leave an opening inside right in here, and you can stitch that closed by hand if you want to, or you can do what I did, use a sewing machine to stitch that down. But that tucks inside, and it becomes a wonderful storage pod to put all kinds of stuff in. This go-to gift can be stuffed with all kinds of goodies. You can pamper me gift, do a pamper me gift. This might be a bottle of whatever. So all those cutesy kind of things, small, medium, large, totally up to you. I want to show you a large one because I love this guy. Look how big this thing is. This I made for the man in my life. Not really, because my man doesn't care about this team, but this was fabric that I had. But look how cool this is. This is nice and stiff and sturdy. We can put in afterwards all of his goodies, his favorite sports clothing, you know, towels for the bath, whatever it is. So stuff these with whatever it is you want. Fabric here that's themed. This is all sewing stuff. So you can put together a sewing theme or a Christmas theme. If you notice, DVDs, fabric, it's a really cool thing. So storage pods. Storage pods come in the small, medium, and large. Love, love, love. And I hope you all love, love, love that too, because it's a go-to gift. Another one that I really love, you guys have layer cakes. Layer cakes, those layer cakes are going to make a little guy like this, or a little guy like this. This little guy here, remember that bag I opened up? That bag had a gift card in it. When I open that up, that has a gift card in it. This little guy here is a great go-to gift, but if you add something on the back side, that can clip on to a purse, a wallet, a backpack, a whatever, your belt loop even. So you can keep your gift card, your credit card, your ID, whatever it is you need. This little guy here, that was made out of this guy here. This template, I don't know if Zeke's going to be able to get in and see, but 2 of these fit on a layer cake. So with 2 layer cakes, I can make 2 of the little guys. This little guy here, that's made from this. I'll have a video that'll show you how to do that. This larger one, this is the larger layer cake. That's the one that makes this. See how cute that is when you open? So you do the little girl lipsticks, the lip glosses, those kinds of things. Stick a couple dollars in there for her as a special thing. You can also add a strap if you want to and a button. But you see how this one, press that down here versus just let it flop over. So These are really super fast, easy go-to gifts. That's a really quick one to do, and it takes up hardly any fabric, and you guys already have layer cakes. Quickly, I want to show you all and remind you all my box bag templates. Y'all remember my box bag templates? I've shown you in the past how to make this box, this storage box that's here. I've got a big one over here that's made from the box bag. You stuff it with whatever goodies that they love. If they're into Mickey, then make it all Mickey. That's all Nightmare Before what is Before Christmas? Okay, before it didn't sound right all of a sudden. That's made from this. I've got videos that'll show you how to do those. But I also love this. This is from the large one. And you can see how this is laminated fabric. You can put whatever goodie in there. You don't even need to add Velcro buttons, snaps, whatever, but you can if you want to. You can add a strap as well. This one's out of that vinyl stuff that's kind of pleathery, but make it a mermaid theme and then add a bunch of little goodies in there. This is super fast to whip up. You're just going to grab your fabrics that you've cut with the templates. This will tuck inside of there if you don't want the box pleats, but you can add the box pleats. And when you tuck inside, we're going to stitch right sides together, leave an area to turn, and you're good to go. This is the regular size. These are from the large size. If you watch Linda McGee's webinar that she did the other night, where she showed you that nice duffel bag, that was made from those templates. My last go-to gift that I want to remind you about is microwavable cozies. Microwavable cozies, that's my claim to fame. Everybody knows me for my templates that have those holes, where those holes give us our perfect microwavable cozies, the darts. But you can fill this with a plate of whatever it is that you love to bake, that you love to cook, that you love to make. And then this becomes the gift and a gift. You'll leave this for them, but you can make a small one too. Add the gift card on the bottom, add some Hershey's Kisses or whatever candy you have around, and these whip up super fast too. Okay, so we're almost done. I want to remind you about over here, my information. What are you going to do? My website, winterdesigns.com. My coupon code to use on my website is WWL, Wild Wednesday Live, and that gives you a 20% discount. So that's available. It's good for a week. But if you go to my Facebook, which is Linda Videos or Winter Designs for Sewing and Quilting and Linda Winter Designs, either of those, and you find the post that I have about my giveaway, there's a giveaway post, share that post, like that post, comment on the post, and then tell me you shared it. Then what that's going to allow you to do is enter into my giveaway. My giveaway is going to give you a ton of goodies, all kinds of new stuff. I'll film a video on that tomorrow so you can see that. And that giveaway is worth over $200. So it's a pretty cool deal too. My website, winterdesigns.com, use that coupon code. I have a lot of items on sale. I also bundle things too. When I bundle those things, you get a better price, and then you get that discount as well. And my YouTube, I've got 188 videos for you. That means you can stay up all night long watching me, but hopefully you won't. But you'll get inspired to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I need to go take a nap because I'm so tired. But you'll be inspired and ready to start sewing again. So head over to my YouTube, head over to my Winter Designs. We're going to be filming tomorrow. I'm going to post a bunch of new things on my website for you as well. And I hope you found one item here at least that you say, oh, that's my new go-to gift. Go-to gifts, those are those things that you make. You just sit down and you sew, stick them in that back room when somebody does show up, or when you realize, I didn't give so-and-so a gift, I got to stick it in the mail. It's already made because you have those go-to gifts ready to go. You can base them on the themes. You can base them on a concept. You can base them on a particular gift that you're sticking inside. This little guy here, my coffee cozy that's done with a Santa, my little apron that's done with a Santa theme. I have a little kit that you can make these with, so you can make your own, and that becomes the gift in itself. So Zeke, tell me how we're doing on time, because I've been blah, 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 blah.
Right at 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. Zeke gave me 5 minutes like 10 minutes ago. So I'm like, oh, okay. So you guys know I talk really fast. Go back and watch. You can slow me down. I think we're going to be doing a video of this as well that I'll post on YouTube. But the idea is go-to gifts. You need to start thinking about what can I make that will fit pretty much everybody. And then base that fabric based on the sports, the teams they're into, the pets, the dogs, the cats, the whatever that they're into. If they're into Disney, if they're into John Deere, if they're into whatever, there's fabric out there. And my guess is you already own that fabric too. So you can take any of those themes with the ideas that I've given you today and make those go-to gifts ready to go. I think I've covered everything I want to cover. I sped up really fast when Zeke gave me the 5 and it was like, oh, so sorry about that. But guess what? This is pretty much what I do. So enjoy, have a great time, take advantage of the discount codes that I have and enter my giveaway. Because that giveaway that you'll see will be a really nice bundle. 2 weeks from today, I will be doing the drawing for that. So go to my Facebook page, Winter Designs for Sewing and Quilting, and you'll get more details on it. Thanks, guys, and thanks so much for letting me be a part of this. I miss doing Rusty Barn shows. Can't wait to see you guys in person in the future. Hopefully, it will be sooner rather than later. Thanks. Bye.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Linda. That was you're always so inspiring. But somebody did make a comment the other day that you're the only person that they know that talks faster than I do.
Yeah. Well, normally I talk fast, but again, when I asked Z, give me like a 5 minutes heads up, and he did that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'd only talked for 5 minutes.
Right.
Oh, he was telling me that I was at 5. I thought it was, I have 5 minutes left. It's like, oh, so hyper speed.
Right. Perfect. Well, I think those are great ideas for us. Hopefully we aren't waiting till the last minute and still looking for quick gifts for Christmas. But if we are, I know you're quick on your shipping, so go right now to our website and get those ordered so you can get, well, especially Mary Vitti, I know she's watching. She likes to start working on her Christmas gifts on the 24th.
Oh,
so
that's
for
me.
those of us that are last minute, perfect, quick gifts.
And I also said that these are the 2 templates that I'm going to be giving away as part of your drawing. So the layer cake, this is a layer cake card case large, and the layer cake card case small. They're great for gift cards and whatever it is. So these are part of the drawing that you all are going to be doing.
Perfect. So if you are just joining us, just make sure that you type in that you watched live, and then tune in tomorrow onto our Quiltcraft Sew Facebook page to see who the lucky winners are. We've got 5 drawings, so 5 lucky people. All right, we will be doing, for those of you who are kind of new to watching this, we do this every Wednesday at 2 Pacific Standard Time, and we will not be doing it the Wednesday before Christmas, though. But thank you all for joining. Be sure you check the Facebook page tomorrow for who the winners are, and we will see you next week at 2. Thank you so much. Have a great day.